This song is called Sam Song, and it's funny. I went back and forth with like what to name it, but ultimately, it's about my brother whose name is Sam, and I don't know, like it's it's also about me and like me processing the death of my brother more so. I mean, the life and the death of my brother, like they're kind of synonymous, but um, yeah.
Yeah, like in your mind, it's all one.
Well, it's just like that's the story of him and this like his incarnation, right? It's like
yeah,
that. Yeah, like life and death aren't actually separate. So, but yeah, it is processing the loss of him also.
yeah, totally.
Um,
How long has it been, if I can ask?
he passed away at the beginning of May in 2024. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a little
year and a
over
half.
a year. Yeah.
Still fresh, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still, I don't know, like the non-linear aspect of time, like in a certain way, it feels like brand new, and in another way, it feels like ancient.
Right. Yeah. Heavy, man.
Yeah.
Was there another name that was coming to you for the
Yeah,
song?
sort of like the, I don't know, kind of like the call to action. I think for myself more than anything else, but like the way the song emphasizes the world of our dreams is what I was gonna call it.
The world of our dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line hits.
Right, it's kind of like the culmination of just like I don't know. The whole song is just kind of like paying homage to how my brother navigated in the world, and it was just different than a lot of people, and he wasn't really fully like received or revered in the way that he walked because of the challenges that sort of came up with it, which I think a lot of people face. But yeah, he just like saw things. He like could see through things and like held a heavy weight around those things. And you know, there was other aspects to it. Not to like totally romanticize his life either. You know, like everybody has the things that they have to work through, and like the less pretty parts. Just like it's not, and in a certain way, it's not really my story to tell. But just like battling with internalizing things versus the strength and like sort of the integrity that he carried. Like definitely like there's a lot of like culturally instilled self-doubt that it was hard for him to work through. But yeah, my brother and I were super close. I still feel like we are, but we're 15 months apart. He's like a little younger than me, and it's just like we grew up seeing the world together and like discovering the world together in a big way. And so another aspect of the song that it touches on is just like, yeah, like he made me who I am, and so like in a certain way, like he's still alive within me.
Yeah.
And so like that's like a really significant, powerful metaphor for me. And it's more than a metaphor, like it's true. And I said this recently at a show, but in the last couple months, it's October now, but multiple people, like I think like 3 different times, like within like 5 or 6 weeks, people called me Sam. People were like people who like didn't know me that well and recognized my face, or people who thought that I was somebody else that they knew. Were like, Sam, right?
Like his spirit's coming through.
Yeah, and so like the
received.
last time it happened, I was like, oh, that's my brother's name. I'm like, that's funny. I said something around like he's with me.
Too many times to be a coincidence.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I think you just threw out a lot of insightful things, and like there's a lot to break down there, and I just think it's so interesting for me, from my perspective, as having two older brothers, and just I think the age gap that you and your brother have is much closer than mine. Just, you said 15 months, right? Yeah, mine was like 2.5 years, and then another 2.5 years.
Right.
And I'm the youngest, and I just think it's interesting how we come up in the world with our siblings, and almost you see from their perspective, and I'm like digesting the perspective of somebody 2.5 years older and somebody who's 5 years older than me.
Right.
And so I'm like watching them grow up, and I'm just taking it all in from their perspective as well as mine. And I think, like, being the younger one, you take on a lot of, like, oh, I'm watching him learn how to drive for the first time, and also watching the other brother learn how to drive, like watching the older brother learn how to drive. And it's just, I feel like the closeness of you and your brother makes it feel like we're really discovering life together.
Yeah, particularly when we were young. I don't know, like, I guess always, but I can definitely remember like a time where I let go of needing to be the older brother, like fully surrendering to, like, I don't need to lead. Like, I can like observe and learn from this, and just like, it was pretty early, I don't know, like like single digits, where I was just like, okay, like, I'm not, like, I'm advanced in the ways that I am, and also like seeing the things that he held and like excelled in a way that it was just humbling, like and it was cool. Like, obviously, like, we had our spats, but like, I feel like there's only like one time we got like a physical fight. It was just like, we had this way of communicating with each other and finding peace, that it was a really good example for me of somebody who like genuinely cared about how I felt, and like also had, like, was strong in himself and could, like, so it was like really good. And like, it was like odd going into the world. I actually got like screwed over by a lot of people, like, once I started like making friends and, like, outside of what I saw was normal. I'm like lucky, like, beyond my brother, to have like a really loving and caring family. But it's just like exercising that discernment of like, oh, like, not everybody is going to tell you the truth when you just ask them a question. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. I think family is really special and interesting in that way, at least with brothers, and like just being able to like brawl and just be real. And I don't know, it's just a different relationship, like with family, like, at least for the way it was for me, it was like, they're not going anywhere. So there's kind of a level of like, I'm gonna, like, I gotta keep dealing with you. Like, you're not just somebody who's gonna walk away.
Yeah.
But I think that brings up an interesting kind of crux of the matter point, is like, this person in your life, like, did walk away.
Yeah, he evaporated in a certain way.
Yeah.
But it's also like funny, like, leading up to that experience, like leading up to like acknowledging that that's what was happening. And I had this really beautiful opportunity in my life, like 2 years before it, my brother passed away, of being in a really vulnerable space, and like sort of, and not from a place of, like, not with this agenda necessarily, but it like really created an opening for me and my brother to see each other in a new way, like as adults. I had this whole phase of my life where I took a big step back from pretty much, I cut ties with a lot of people, and not my family, but like a lot of like my old circles and stuff, and like did this pseudo monistic thing, but I still kept my family close. But it created some distance between my brother and I both because of my decision and also like what my brother was working through at that time. But and I had gradually like built trust and like closeness with him like over, you know, the course of a couple of years leading up to that point. But yeah, around 2022, I experienced like a big loss and shift in my life, mostly around a relationship, but like ultimately it related to myself and how I was treating myself, not just in that relationship, but outside of that. But yeah, it really allowed me to open up and like show him like darkness that I was working through. And I think that allowed him to be like more vulnerable and like sharing what he was working through. And yeah, it was like to the point where he not only would return my calls, but like he would start calling me sometime. Gradually, like it wasn't immediate, but like it was to the point where like he would pick up my call or he would like call me back almost every time. Whereas like for a long time, like sometimes he just wouldn't call me back.
Yeah.
And
I think opening up with vulnerability it's a doorway and it's an invitation. And I think it's so cool how when somebody in the room decides to be vulnerable and share something that's deep and human and maybe something that they're not good at or that they're messing up with or feel shame or guilty or whatever, some sort of like maybe not ideal emotion or experience with a certain thing, like a failure. And it's just, you see everybody else in the room go, oh, or you feel it. And it opens up. Yeah, I think it's an invitation for other people to go, oh wow, you're human too. Yeah. And you know, share what's on their heart and like almost feel maybe excited about it. Like, wow, I can like speak my truth to this person. And yeah, it's a bold action to take, but I feel like it's always worth it. And yeah, I'm curious was it more your brother or more you that started maybe a chain of an open doorway of communicating about certain things in life that maybe you sort of felt more restricted or just like weren't being discussed, and then it kind of created some momentum?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of that conversation, like a conversation that I was referring to. Yeah, in that space of like me experiencing like I was just like pretty depressed and just like opened up about what I was feeling. And I had been, you know, for a couple of years had been like making an effort and like, you know, going to see him and get one-on-one time with him every time I would like go down to visit my hometown. And
yeah,
but it was at like that was a turning point where I just it's not that I didn't have anyone to talk to, but it was just like he was the person that I think that's one of the biggest losses of it all, is just like he's known me his whole life and almost my whole life, and he's also like one of his skills is just like seeing people. It's like no matter how odd or peculiar a person might be on any side of the spectrum, it's like he can just see through patterns and understand the way people move and make decisions. It was like almost like psychic in the way that he could perceive people's the way they process like emotions and thoughts and like translated that into actions. And so he always just like had really potent reflections for me when he allowed himself to or like trusted me enough to share them with you know, because I think like sometimes he would be reserved because he wouldn't want to like offend other people. And I think there was a time where like he like held that back from me, like didn't want to offend me or make me feel a certain way. But yeah, that really just skyrocketed it. And we always have had deep conversations. That's, you know, particularly in our adult life, like that was something that we always both got off on, sort of, was just like understanding like the dynamics of the human experience and the way that other people make decisions, or the way that we make decisions and think about things and process like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And so like different philosophies and whatever, like all sorts of and laughing. Sam was really funny. He was like had a way with humor that was just effortless, and he was really eloquent. Like he's really good at writing and stuff. So yeah, just kind of he always had ideas, and so anyway, in those 2 years after that, we got to a place where not only like talking about like complexities of life in general, but also like kind of reverting back to our childhood and processing through things that we both experienced collectively, and like ultimately like worked through like some really huge like trauma or whatever, you know, just things that we were carrying, heavy things that, you know, just how we were raised or like what we were put through, and also just like I think having a deeper understanding of ourselves and our tendencies, like looking at our parents and looking at, you know, like different circles we were in and whatever. But yeah, to see him really make a lot of progress, and also in that time, and then just like recognizing like how non-linear everything is, and feeling really grateful that we both had made that effort to like dive in with each other. And
I think knowing you, I can start to get a picture of Sam, and it's been kind of a interesting challenge for me, because this song is it's about him and it's about you and his story, and I'm just sort of fascinated that I don't think I've ever even seen a photo of Sam. But I feel like knowing you and what you've shared, I feel more connected to his person and personality, and I can definitely see him being a deep feeler and a deep thinker, and I really appreciate you and your personality and our friendship, and just the way that I think your humor also just shows up when it does, and like it just hits. But
we both liked that. He was better at it than me, but I learned a lot. We just were always trying to like one up each other, like like with ourselves. It was fun. But it's crazy how just like I think it also, the loss of him made me recognize like the depth of how impactful that relationship has been, and who in my development as a person. It's like, whoa, like that's like really the only person that I've fully trusted and opened up to that person more than anybody to this point in my life. Just by proximity, you know, like, and you know, because parents, you know, obviously like parent relationships, like during adolescence and growing up, like there's a divide that needs to happen for development. Like that's how it is. But
keep walking strong with the bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right,
like that's the
like
ride or die, right?
That carries on.
But it was really special, like with this song particularly, where like I found out that he killed himself, and like I don't know, like just like everything stopped for a long time. And like lit incense and said some prayers and cried and all the normal things to do, I guess, or like at least like what felt instinctual for me in that time. But one of, you know, after just like being kind of immobilized by it, and and having that process with it, I did like pretty soon after like pick up a guitar and like this melody came through that was just so powerful that ultimately turned into this song. And
I'm glad you spoke to that, because that was definitely a question that I had, was maybe how long was it before you felt some inspiration to write about it in song form, or was that process just boom, grab the guitar and like, wow, I've got it? Or was there like a searching for it?
There was definitely not a searching for it. I mean, like that melody just came through effortlessly. It wasn't even really with the intention to write a song. I just was like needing to play music.
Yeah.
And I think I had some resistance to even the idea of making a song about it. You know, like there's something like where I was like, like fuck that, that's corny or like whatever. And then just like totally stepping away from that and just being like, no, this is actually a really important part of like the process of like me processing this experience that I'm moving through.
Yeah, totally.
What even if it is corny and I don't share it with anyone, like even if it's just for me.
Right. It's just medicine for you, if anything, right?
Right. And I would just play that melody, you know, for a while, like just kind of get lost in it. But it was wild, like exactly 3 weeks after I had, you know, I got the news that he killed himself. I woke up that day and I wrote the song in like 30 minutes. Just like fucking just moved through me. And it happened to be my birthday.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
So it was like the morning of my birthday, I just like got up and I didn't even really do that much before. I just like went straight to my guitar and just like it just came through.
Yeah. It was time.
It was just like
it
was just that was it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really wild. I was just like at the end of like the 30 minutes it took or whatever, I was just like smiling and laughing and crying. I just felt so many different emotions of just like such like deep sadness and at the same time I'm like, God, such a good song. Like I love this song.
Just a mix.
And I love my brother, and I love that this is like a tool that I have to like work through things that are really all sorts of different things in my life. Like music is such a gift and such a for me and for other people, but yeah, it was like, man, like it kind of sucks that like I don't know, like this idea of just like this is all I have. Like it's not all I have. I have so much more than that song. But like in the moment of writing it, feeling like this is my token, you know, for this experience. So like, but I mean, my whole life is, you know, a token and you know, showing up with humility in it. But it's like, it's in reverence to me. It's in reverence to my brother. It's in reverence to all those who came before me and. Not just my bloodline. It's just like, you know, what I'm standing for is way bigger than me. And so really powerful writing experience. Not every song feels like that. I've had a handful of songs come through just like that, but that was one of the most powerful songwriting sort of channelings that happened, where it was just like blown away by it and just like sort of flooded with emotion afterwards of just like
Can we check out your guitar?
Yeah,
I feel like you've recognized your own medicine in the process of the songwriting, and even just maybe just sitting and playing it to yourself, not to anybody, not for anybody. It's just, this is my process.
right.
And maybe it's like a token, an offering, a service, an honor to make this piece. But I feel like there's something more that also, now that you're deciding to okay, I'm releasing this, I'm putting it out there. It's on, you can listen to it. It's on Spotify.
Anyone can freaking listen.
It's like it's a token to the world, and I'm just curious if you have a kind of a summary or something that if you had to put it into words, like what's the token that you're looking to, what's the message?
I think it really is, the token is like prioritize authenticity and reverence, you know, and I think that's it. And just to like elaborate on it a little bit, it's kind of like the duality of like living as authentically as possible can look so many different ways. And while like I don't romanticize like the idea of suicide, it's also like it like this reconciliation of like my brother like holds wisdom and has sovereignty in his life, and that was his choice to make, and I love him and I honor that choice. And so like I hold him like in the highest regards in my life, you know, like he's he has been, he still is like such a loving entity for myself and for other people. And I think it's like a combination of just like, hey, like do what you gotta do, like be who you are and like trust and love who you are and walk in reverence to that, you know. And that's yourself as an individual, that's yourself as like this collective living entity as fragments of people that have, you know, made you who you are. So yeah, live in authenticity and reverence.
Well said. That's beautiful. Can you just give us a little bit of the song?
Yeah. Good.
Don't need to play the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to like,
I know you had to go, just seemed a little bit early. Know that I love and support you in all your decisions, but this won't be easy. 'Cause I've seen the power you carry. Yeah, that insight is heavy, both a curse and a blessing. You've seen the patterns of men and the weight that carries. Some to beings much more worthy was to suffer by the influence of those near the top of the ladder, using it to climb a little bit higher. Fuck it all and set it on fire. Wouldn't that be easier? I know sometimes it feels hopeless. I'm stuck in that pattern, but you, me, and the conscience, we got some magic. We're making shit happen. I can feel the skate attraction, and I'll never hold you back. And I pray for your peace wherever you're going next. I know your soul's intention lives in me, and I carry it as we create the world of our dreams. We'll stop it there, but had to make it to that line.
yeah. The world of our dreams.
Yeah, that's what it's about, is like showing up and doing it, right?
So I think we should talk a little bit about the filming, the
Yeah.
making of the video.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'll switch and ask questions, just because it was really cool, because I just got a call or it was just a check-in call. I'm not sure if it was necessarily you calling, but it was definitely like initiated by you. Where like, I have this vision, I have this idea. Like I listened to Sam's song and I had this idea, and so maybe just like elaborating on how that idea came and like what the first visions looked like.
Listening to the song and like, I heard it maybe a couple of times, but I don't know. There was just this period of time where I started playing it like over and over again, and I just was like, man, this like hits so hard, and I don't know, and I felt like it's kind of maybe a bold move to ask you and be like, I have a vision, because we've already had made some stuff, but I feel like you would come to me and go, here's this song, I want to make, this is my vision for what I want to make, and like, okay, cool, like let's collaborate and work together. But I don't know, it was just hitting me, and I was like, I have this vision, I see it, and it's simple, but it's deep. I think I kind of threw out a couple like crazy ideas. Like one was like out in the sand dunes, and we were gonna build some structure, and like I just love how the song ends, and we're gonna build the world of our dreams. And I was just picturing all the walls falling apart, and you're in this black box, like basically what we have here. It's just a dark, dingy garage, but then boom, like whoa, the whole world can just change in an instant. And I love the vision, and like somehow we just, I think, ended up here, and it was like kind of shifted gears, and I knew in my head just one light, just a dark room. Like the song speaks for itself, and I mean, I think it was as simple as that, and we kind of just went for it. It's like chair, light, go.
Yeah, well, I like the way I'm remembering that part too, where it was like, that time you called me, you're like, hey, like, you want to check out the garage, and like maybe we could like figure out how we're gonna set this up, and then we got into it, and we're just like, let's just do it.
Let's just
and we like made some dinner and wait for it to get dark.
That is the thing about it is, I called you up and I'm like, hey, I just want to do a test shot. That's what I said. I was like, I just want to like see how this looks, and like I just want to throw it in black and white, and just want to throw up the light and just see how it looks with this scene. And we just set it up, and like, well,
we watched the test shot and we're like, well, it gets dark in
just
a few hours.
Try it, and then I don't even think we had the intention of doing all the takes. It was like, well, let's just go for it and see what happens. And then, we just did take after take after take, and got all these different angles in it. I could definitely feel your maybe exhaustion in it, and it's such a heavy song.
Yeah.
Like
play it.
I
like
almost felt bad. I'm like, dude, I'm making him play this super intensely emotional song back to back to back, and I think something kind of special happened there where you were able to stick with me and like hang through it, and just
it was coming through strong, so it was kind of like, this just feels like what it is.
I was back there looking at my little screen, just like tearing up. It was hard to get through it. And then, man, same with the editing process. This is such a trip for me, because I've never made a piece of art that's moved me so much. Like, good job, me. I'm proud of me.
Seriously, good job.
But it's your song, and I'm thankful for the collaboration, and like being able to be trusted and to bring this to life. It feels important.
Yeah, the whole process was awesome about just getting it dialed and getting the sort of the vibe right of how we were getting it, and it felt really special too. Like I brought in that art piece that he made. It's just like a sketch in his sketchbook, but like have it framed and like kind of snuck it in the shoot too. Like that felt like a cool little touch that a friend, like as I was leaving, was like, "Oh, you want to bring that?" It's like, that's a good idea. Yeah, I was like, I do.
Yeah.
So
it's cool. It's just tiniest little background detail, but yeah, it was there.
Yeah, over there.
Yeah. Down.
It's like one of those things where it's like, it's not a focal point, but it's like something that, like when I saw it, like as the clips were going, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's rad.
It's for you.
Yeah, it's for me. Yeah, it was special to like hear the idea and just be like, yeah, that's all it needs. Like you said, it's like the song speaks for itself. Like we just need to give you the space to like just portray it. And yeah, just like everything about it, like being surrounded by darkness and like being in the light of it, and like, you know, like finding clarity in like a really dark place. You know, it's like it's symbolic in a certain way, and also it's just like the natural way to present it, where it's like, this is the focal point, like here, listen to it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't need anything else.
Yeah,
it just is.
but there's, yeah, I mean, that's not, we did some other things. I won't give away all your secrets, but there was some fun lighting tricks and just things to like emphasize certain dynamics and angles and all that jazz, where it was like the subtleties make a difference, particularly when you're going for such a straightforward representation, right? It's like, it's just really high quality footage capturing the delivery of this expression.
The raw.
Keeping it as raw as possible.
Yeah. People get so crazy with color grading. It made it really easy. Black and white, like punchy, and yeah, it was easy for that bit. But Maxwell's song, Sam's song, is out there. It's Spotify.
It's everywhere. Yeah,
it's everywhere.
It's on whatever CD Baby put me on. There's a huge list, but
boom.
Yeah,
it's out there. Give it a listen, and yeah, also be sure to check out the full-length music video that we've made, and we'll get you some links to get there.
Yeah, thanks for the idea, and just, so awesome to work with you and create, like a even more full expression of what's moving through me, and seeing what you're doing for other people too, man. Love working with you always.
More creation to come.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Thanks for checking out this interview about Sam's Song, a new release by my friend Maxwell Muscarella. Check out the full music video here on YouTube, and be sure to find us on Instagram, Spotify, and other socials. Peace.